Good morning.
I'm Leslie.
I'm Eric.
And today we're going to look back on it's been our 7-month nomadiversary. I originally thought we would do this on our 6-month nomadiversary, but we had our kids rolling around in town and it was too busy. So now we're reflecting on our 7 months, and it's gone by quickly.
Yeah, it's gone by real fast. It seems like not that long ago we were over at Woods Valley Campground in Valley Center, California, and here we are still around Louisville, Grapevine, Texas area.
Yep. So if you had several different questions that people ask us, and I guess the main one for me is people always ask me, what do I do?
That's what I ask her too. What do you do all day?
What do I do? And it's not that I do much, but I don't do anything different than I did living in our sticks and bricks home. And I don't know if the question is, and I would probably ask the same thing. But I just do, this is our home, and I do all the things I do at home. I cook, I shop for food, I do laundry.
Cleans occasionally.
Cleans, it's a smaller cleaning job.
Right.
I read, I do a tiny bit of secretarial online work. I do our YouTubes, but I just do regular things. And I think there's sort of an idea that kind of like we're living on vacation. So anyway, so I just do what anyone does at home.
Same thing with me. I mean, this is not what we had in mind,
Sure.
being in one place, but this is where work is. And so, what do I do? Well, I go to work and I take care of the little problems around the trailer. And when it rains, I sweep the water off our sagging roof and just all the other, get propane and
All the home maintenance things you have to do.
Yep. And that kind of comes to a good part about.
Does that come to our best thing?
Yeah, that's one of the best things for me is that there's really so little maintenance and things to do. I mean, it's you're not mowing grass, you're not weed eating, you're not dealing with a mechanical problem that's, a really big. You're dealing with something small.
Yeah. There was a time in life when you had 2 acres to mow.
Right. And all in all, this lifestyle is very simple for me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, I think absolute best thing about all of this, stepping out into this lifestyle might have been a little scary. You're supposed to have a sticks and bricks home, and people thought, relatives and stuff might thought it was a little strange. But the absolute amazing thing, especially with Eric getting this job, is we have our cost of living is so low. I mean, we don't have so that is the absolute best thing, and every day I'm thankful for that. It's like, we are able to save money. Wow.
It stops you from being able to buy a bunch of crud that you don't need because you got no place to put it.
There's that too, yeah.
And so even if you had the urge to do that, buy a bunch of stuff, you get stopped because there's nowhere to put it. And that's a really good thing. I think the minimalism has been a real freeing.
Oh yeah. Everything's simple.
And going back to talking about having a home or a home base, I think that's something that worries people the most, that they don't have something to fall back on. If they don't like the nomad lifestyle. But what's the risk? I mean, just do it, and if you decide you don't like it, well, you can always just go back to doing what you're doing.
For sure. And then our thing was what's the biggest adjustments have been to this lifestyle? And for me, it was just the getting accustomed to showering at the campground or at Planet Fitness. We can clean up in here, but take a full-on nice hot shower and wash your hair.
I've never attempted it because I'd probably knock a
You've
wall
never attempted
out.
to take a full warm shower?
No, I've never taken a shower in the last 7 months.
Here.
But
You mean here.
in the trailer,
He
yeah.
has to.
Yeah.
And then also just going to the laundromat. For me, I'm awkward things, and when I'm not comfortable with it, it just took me a little while to get my groove with that. But now I've got it down. I've got my bag that I take to the shower, and I got the laundromat thing all down. The little cockroach went over there, and Grapevine didn't even bother me.
Yeah,
Just
well,
hey, little cockroach.
see, she's progressing. She's coming along. I think that one of the biggest adjustments for me is when I do remember where we have this trailer parked.
Oh,
There's been some
That's funny.
no. There's been some times where we've made a move because there's time limits at some of the campgrounds, so we moved to another one. And then I called Leslie one day and said, "Oh, hey, honey, I just drove over to Louisville, and we were at Grapevine." Ha ha.
so yeah, that is funny when you move campsites and then you're not quite like, where am I?
Yeah. Another thing for me is the room in the trailer. We've got a very small trailer. We're just 18 feet. And just, getting up and moving around and trying to get dressed and, I'm not super tall, but, you're nearly hitting your head on the air conditioning unit
Half an inch taller and you'd hit your head on that.
inside. Yeah. So thank God I've shrunk in my 57 years a little bit because I would have been hitting my head on there. But I think that's the biggest adjustment as far as like being in the confined space with her. It's, hasn't been any kind of a issue at all. I think that's something that people fear at times, that they're not going to be able to stand being cooped up with each other. But you're not cooped up. You don't spend all your time in the trailer. You're living just like you're living anywhere else.
Yep. Yeah, but we do feel like, so we love our trailer and we do love the size of it. But we have talked about, okay, maybe in a year or so we would consider just a little bit bigger. We still like the trailer idea, but we think, a little more room.
Yeah,
to
this
go for.
has been good. Maybe a little more comfortable place to sit instead of just like the little booth we have here, and maybe and I'm shaking the table from my little booth, to maybe a little more of a dedicated bedroom. But it's not a big issue. I'm thinking about 4 more feet.
Yeah, we've looked at ones that were 20, 21 or whatever. They have a little
Yeah,
couch
just-
area and a larger bed area. So
But no big deal.
no, we're not doing it right away or anything. But
No, we're not even really looking. If something came up and bit us,
yeah,
we might
but
consider it.
yeah,
But I like to be small. You can go places and park places that you can't with a bigger rig. And we're very, very versatile. Big truck, little trailer, tow it anywhere, do anything with it.
Yeah.
So that's a big plus.
yeah. So I think that was most of the stuff. Just things that we've learned. You were saying about. So we did all this renovation on it, which I definitely would still want to do. I like. I like that we have the white paint as opposed to the wood that was originally. But one needs to keep their expectations lower because of the movement. We've got a lot of places where the paint has cracked.
Yeah.
It's fine, but
Yeah, well put. Because if you're going to be a perfectionist and you're really worried, if you're one of those nitpicky people that have to have everything just really nice, I wouldn't.
well, the wear and tear of the movement,
Yeah.
of the constant movement of the rig.
For instance, we used a paint that it's a latex paint, but it mimics an oil. It dries hard. It doesn't scratch. It's really durable. But on joints and corners, as you're towing your trailer down the road and you're in a constant earthquake for as long as you're driving, you get a lot of cracks and flakes and things like that at the joints.
Yeah.
And so, just don't have too high of expectations for how things are going to look.
Yeah, well, I mean, it looks
It
good.
depends on your trailer too. Yeah, it looks great, and
It looks good. It's just that I can see over there where it's cracked, but
Yep. Just looks like a quaint,
Oh, well.
older home.
it is.
You know, saying it is.
And so, anything else?
No, just in the 7 months, almost everybody we've met at any of these campsites and talked to have been very, very nice and extremely helpful in some cases with a couple little mechanical issues we had, and I was lacking a tool. You know, there was someone there to help, and just seeing you're having some kind of a little bit of a problem, it's really not uncommon for someone to come to your rescue. It's a good bunch of people in the RV community, and you know, it's been nice.
I was going to say, surprise to me, how many people are actually living this way. I see the majority of the people that I talk to in the laundry room and wherever I run into, they're full time traveling.
Right, awful lot of them.
So that surprised me. I didn't know it would be that many. But I don't know, comfort in numbers. Yes. It's not like you're the only one. You know, it's like, wow, everybody is. I think the people, especially in these campgrounds, the people that are vacationing, now probably when we're at the state park, which you can only stay, I think, 2 weeks is the max. Maybe you have more people that are just vacation people there.
Right.
We did see that. Of course, it was a holiday when we were there. But in just these regular campgrounds, the vast majority of people are living here. Or living in the rigs, traveling.
Yeah. So, in a nutshell, after 7 months, I'm not done. I'm not.
Thumbs up.
Yeah, thumbs up. And not dying to go back to a non-mobile existence, even though we're moving very little. We move about every 3 weeks, 4 weeks.
Yeah.
Anyway, I guess that's about all we got to say
I think so.
on this matter, anyway.
Yeah. So please subscribe, and we'll have more later. We're going to do one coming up on how to tow with Eric's advice. Eric's a good tower.
I'm a good tower.
He's good at backing up. I can go forward, but he can back things in well. So
Very good.
Tips and advice on that.
All right. We'll talk to you next time.
Bye bye.